Example, let us go to the chart of Dr. Reddy. We will click on NSE, hit enter. So this is the daily chart of Dr. Reddy. First, we would like to go to the highest time frame. This time, let us go to the monthly chart. We will press comma and then M for monthly. Hit enter. So this is the monthly chart. M refers for monthly. Now we will zoom this chart in to make it comfortable. Yes, this seems good to me. Alright, let us identify supports and resistances from the monthly chart. First of all, the swing low, the lowest point, this point. Let me draw a line. Okay, this orange color is for the daily chart, so we need to change this color. For the monthly chart, we will always use pink color. Now, you can create a template for the monthly, weekly, daily lines which we are drawing. This will help us to quickly adjust the settings of the lines as per the time frames. Let us see how. To create a template for these weekly lines, the first thing we need to do is change the settings the way we want them. We have already changed the color to pink. The second setting we would change is the visibility. Now since this is a weekly area, we want this area to be displaying over all the time frames. So we will click weekly and daily also. Now this weekly area will appear in all these time frames. Now we will click on template, we will click on save as and write monthly. Click on save. Click on OK. So these settings are saved. Now anytime if we are drawing a monthly area, we just need to select the template. I will show you how in the later part. The next area we are identifying is a swing high. This is the highest point. We press Alt H. Now you can see the wicks sticking out, so we have drawn this area perfectly. Can you see any other areas? I am seeing a very nice area. Can you spot this? Yes, this area is pretty nice. Let me draw a line, Alt H. Now you are seeing this area acted as a resistance here. Price hit this area and reversed, but the magnitude of reaction was small. This area acted as a support here. Now we are seeing multiple rejections in this area. Rejection number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are 6 rejections we are seeing on this area. So this area is very important. Here this area acted as a small resistance. Again the magnitude was not that good. But since this area has acted as a resistance here, then a support here and again a resistance here, this area is a very strong area. And now the price has come to this area. So we need to watch this chart carefully as to what happens next. Now in this month of February 2019, look at the weird behavior of the price. The price came all the way down to 1900 levels in the month of February, but could not sustain at all and jumped back to 2600 levels. So it is a very abnormal behavior, but again it confirms this area of support. So this area of support, we are seeing 3 rejections: rejection number 1, rejection number 2, rejection number 3. So this area of support is a good area. Now one more lesson. In February 2019, we saw this quick sharp down move and the price rejected these 1900 levels and shot back up to where it was originally. Now we as technical analysts, we will never question why these things happen. It is the task of a fundamental analyst to analyze the reason behind this move. But we as technical analysts, we will never question the price. It is the first tenet of the Dow theory that the price discounts everything. Now, if we look at the reasons, for the sake of understanding, it could be anything. Maybe during this period some results must have come up. Maybe some news related to the pharma sector may have come up, or maybe a fraud may be discovered during that time. Anything could be the case, but we are not concerned with the reasons. As a technical analyst, I will always pay attention to the price and the way it behaves. For me, the most important thing would be that the price hit this area in February and rejected this area and shot back up. So this gives me that this area is a good area of support, nothing much. Now I am able to spot one more good area, not as good as the other areas which we have spotted, but a pretty good area. It is this area. Let me draw a line. Now this area is a good area. Why? Because it has acted as a support here. As you can see, the two wicks sticking out. It has acted as a resistance here with multiple wicks sticking out, and again it has acted as a support here. Very recently it has acted as a support. The newer the area, the stronger it is, remember. So this area is again a good area. So I have drawn this area on a monthly chart. Now let us come to the weekly chart, comma and W. Now let us polish the areas. First of all, let us come at this resistance. Now I would want my wicks to be sticking out. So what I will do is, I will just lower this line a little bit so that it is just above the body of the recent rejection. So the polishing is done for the resistance. Now this level of support, I will just raise this area a little bit so that it touches the body, and also the area seems proper here, touches the wicks, and the area is good here also. So once again, good polishing. Let us look at this support. This support seems nice, not much needed. That's it. Now in the weekly time frame, I do not see any great areas apart from the areas which we have identified from the monthly time frame. Let us try and find out if there are any. There is an area here where my cursor is. Let me draw a line to show you. Now this is a weekly chart. The pink line is for the monthly. We will change this color to blue. We will also change the visibility settings. We will remove the monthly because this is the weekly area which we do not need on the monthly. We will save this template and write weekly. The reason for identifying this area is because it has acted as a resistance here, a resistance here, and a mined support here. But the magnitude of reactions from this area is not quite good. There are small reactions, but since this area has acted as both support and resistance, and there are about 3 rejections from this area, we will mark this area in the weekly time frame. Let us go one step deeper. Let us jump to the daily time frame. Now let us see any polishing is required for the weekly areas. What we can do is we can raise this area a little bit. That's it. So the wicks stick out. Here also the wicks stick out very nice, and here also the wicks are sticking out. So the polishing of the weekly area from the daily time frame is done. We do not see any need for polishing this monthly area nor this monthly area. So now let us identify if there are any supports and resistances from the daily time frame. Now I am seeing a zone in this daily time frame which has acted as a resistance first and then as a support. Let me draw. Let me select this rectangle tool. Now this zone, although this is a pretty broad zone, but this zone has given us a rejection here, a rejection here, and a rejection here. Not quite a strong zone, but still it is a zone worth noting. Now since this is a daily time frame, we will change the color to orange. The background will be orange. From the visibility settings are good. The monthly and the weekly are unticked. We'll save this template as daily and hit OK. So we have successfully polished the weekly area from the daily time frame, and now let us dig deeper. Let us move to the 75 minutes time frame to polish the daily area. So we press comma and press 75. If you are in a free version, then you will not be able to access the 75 minutes time frame. In that case, you can type 60 and you can go to the 60 minutes time frame. That is absolutely okay. So this is the 75 minutes chart. We are looking to polish the daily area. Let us see if we can do anything. Let me zoom out. Yes, there is a possibility. We can make this area thinner. Let us see how. Now we would want our wicks to stick out. Let me see. Yes. So this seems to be a perfect position. We are seeing the wicks sticking out here. We are seeing the wicks sticking out here. And we are also seeing nice rejections getting covered here. It is always important, remember, it is always important that the recent rejections are displayed properly through the wicks sticking out. So as long as we cover these rejections properly, the polishing is good. Now let me extend this, and we are done. Now can you spot any other areas from the 75 minutes itself? Yes, we can spot. We can see there are 1, 2, 3 rejections, but the magnitude is less, but the quantity of rejections are more. So we can identify this area using a rectangle. Now since this is a 75 minutes time frame, we will double click on this one. We will change the color to dark green. Also we will create a template. First we will change the visibility. We will remove the days. We would not want the 75 minutes areas to be displayed on the higher time frames, that is the daily, weekly and the monthly. Now we will save this template as 75 minutes. I'm seeing one more area of resistance, which is here. It's a good area, a better area than the previous one. Let me draw a line here. Alter H, 75 minutes. So we will change the color to dark green. Visibility settings, we will untick the weekly and the daily. Again we need to save the template to the 75 minute time frame. Remember that this was a rectangle tool and this is a line tool. So we had to create two separate templates for each of these. That is the reason why we created the template two times. The first time we created the template, it was for this rectangle. The second time we created, it was for this horizontal line. So we are done with polishing the daily time frame areas using the 75 minutes time frame. Now let us move one time frame lower. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame and see what is there. Let us see if we can polish the 75 minute areas in the 15 minutes time frame. Let us first look at the support. There is a good scope of polishing here. We just need the wicks to stick out. So what we will do is raise this area a little bit like this, and also we will make this area thinner like this. So good polishing. As far as this line is concerned, there is nothing much we can do about this area. Seems good, seems fine. Let me zoom this in. So the 15 minutes area is done. Can we spot any good areas from the 15 minutes time frame? Let me see. Nothing much. So everything is fine. We are done with the 15 minutes. Do we want to go still deeper? Okay, let's go. Let us look at the 5 minutes time frame. So can you spot any area from the 5 minutes time frame which seems important? There is one area right here. Let me draw a line now. Since this is a 5-minute chart, we will use light green color. This one. In the visibility settings, we will turn off hourly. From the minutes, we will just use up to 5 minutes. So this chart will be visible, the area will be visible only in the minutes chart, that is up to 1 minute to 5 minutes. This area will not be visible even on the 15 minutes chart. Let me save the template. Save as 5 minutes. So this area is a good resistance. It has acted as a resistance once here, and now it has acted as a resistance here. So once again, when the price bounces to this zone, we can expect some kind of a reaction from the 5 minutes time frame. However, since this is the smallest time frame, the 5-minute time frame is the smallest time frame for me. We can also have even smaller time frame like the 3-minute or the 1 minute or the seconds. But for me, since I am basically a swing trader, for me 5 minutes time frame is the minimum one. So this resistance has been established using the lowest time frame. So this is the weakest resistance if we compare all the resistances which we have drawn. Now we are done drawing supports and resistances. We have started from the monthly, weekly and all the way to the 5 minutes time frame. We have used each successive time frame to polish the preceding time frame. Now let us jump to the monthly time frame once again. Have a look at the monthly chart. Now let us see the weekly. This is a weekly chart. Let us go to the daily. This is the daily chart. We have the areas established from the monthly, from the weekly, the daily, and again the monthly. Let us now go to the 75 minutes. This is the 75 minutes time frame, which has the areas from all the higher time frames. This is how the chart appears when we zoom out. See how the price reacts whenever they reach the areas of supports and resistances. There is always some kind of a reaction which we notice. That is the reason why we identify these areas, because they provide us possible trade opportunities. Now let us go to the 15 minutes time frame to see what is there. This is the 15 minutes. We can see that the price is somewhere near the 75 minutes zone. If we see a bounce of the price up to this zone, this is a strong resistance because this has come from the monthly time frame. The pink color represents the monthly time frame. This being a monthly resistance, it is a strong resistance, and there are high chances that the price will struggle crossing this zone. So now we are done for Dr. Reddy. We have drawn supports and resistances using the list which I had provided you in the last lecture. I hope you have this list handy. We will look at a few more examples and then I will ask you to practice by yourself. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.